To set up a project in Robot Structural Analysis, you must first start a project file, and then select the type of structure you want to create. For example, to model a steel frame, from the text menu, after selecting File, New Project, select Geometry, Structure Type. A dialog displays. Select the 3D frame structure type. Next, you must define the basic geometry of the frame by defining the structural axes. The structural axes work as a guiding grid for defining and selecting different components of the structure. More specifically, the grid intersections form points that make it easier to work with your structure by guiding your cursor movements. To define the axes of the 3D frame, from the text menu, select Geometry, Axis Definition. The structural axis dialog displays. Be aware that in this example, the units are already set to metric. By default, Cartesian coordinates are selected, so you use the x, y, and z coordinates to define a rectangular grid. For each coordinate, you must set its position and the label it will use in the grid. In this instance, under the x-coordinate, leave the initial position set to 0 and select Add. Next, still under the x-coordinate, enter 15. Again select Add. Note that the numbering dropdown is set to numerals by default. Next, open the y-coordinate tab. Expand the numbering dropdown and select A, B, C. Under Position, leave the value at 0. Under Numbers of Repetition, set the value to 5. This will repeat the coordinate in the structure 5 times. Finally, under Distance, enter 9. This defines the distance between each point. Click Add. 5 values at 9 meters apart are listed. Finally, open the Z-coordinate tab. Expand the numbering dropdown and select Value. Under Position, leave the value set to 0. Click Add. Next, under Position, enter 6.25. Click Add. Lastly, under Position, enter 7.5. By default, this distance is set to 1. Click Apply, and then click Close. The defined axes appear in the drawing area. From the View cube, select Front. From the text menu, select View, Projection, ZX. Next, using your scroll wheel, zoom into the drawing area. You now need to assign a section to the structure bars that will be defined. To open the Sections dialog, from the text menu, select Geometry, Properties, Sections. In the Sections dialog, click New Section. This displays the New Section dialog. First, assign sections for columns. Expand the section type dropdown and select Steel. Under Section Selection, with the database set to UK sections, expand the Family dropdown and select UC for Universal Columns. Expand the section dropdown and select UC 305 by 305 by 97. Then click Add. Next, assign a section for rafters. Under Section Selection, expand the Family dropdown and select UB for Universal Beams. Expand the section dropdown and select UB 914 by 305 by 201. Again, click Add. Next, assign a section for rolled steel channels. From the Section Selection, expand the Family dropdown and select RSC. Expand the Section dropdown and select RSC 152 by 76. Click Add. Next, assign a section for castellated universal beams. From the Section Selection, expand the Family dropdown and select CUB. Expand the Section dropdown and select CUB 305 by 102 by 23. Click Add. Finally, assign a section for a user-defined round bar. From the Section Selection, expand the Database dropdown and select User. Click Add and then click Close. Back in the Sections dialog, click Close. Once you are finished defining structural axes and assigning sections, your project is set up and the structure can be defined.